Hey, poor people. I'm doing some experiments on transparency. Um, so I have this pour that I did. It's just in black and white. This is house paint, by the way. And now I'm going to do a pour over it using, well, it's magenta and yellow, and they're both semi-transparent, mixed with Floetrol. And I want to see what will show through on this. So I'm just going to do, and I think I'm just going to do a tree ring pour with these two colors. So let's see. A little yellow, a little magenta. And I have a thing about these colors, yellow and magenta, and orange and red. And I just really like the colors, and I just haven't quite gotten what I want from them yet. But I'm working on it. It'll happen eventually. I'm going to do a little swirly in the cup. And here we go. I didn't put any silicone in here. And I'm moving my swirl a little bit outward. I just think it adds a little visual interest if you do something. Okay. And the transparency part will not show until it's dry, because of the Floetrol is whitish and makes things opaque. So probably you won't see anything through the paint until it's dry. A few air bubbles in there. Oh, my torch is out of fuel again. I think I've been torching way too much. Because I like fire. I've mentioned that before. Okay, good enough. So now we're going to start tilting. And it probably won't have a tremendous amount of visual interest as is, I think, because I'm just using the two colors, but there should be, if it dries semi-transparent, there should be interest in the background through the colors, but I don't know. Oh, and the paint underneath is also dry. I mean, that's a painting I had already done. So now I just have to decide what I like. So I'm going to go off of this corner. I'm not sure you can actually see this part of the tilting, but it's nothing you haven't seen before. These are semi-transparent, so and I probably should have a little more paint on there. Anyway, the theory of this is, in the old days, well, they probably still do it now, and I can't think of the technique that it was called, but they would do paintings, they would do their painting underneath. They'd use like a raw sienna or burnt umber, some kind of color, and they do the entire painting in that, just that color, doing all the shadows and the darks and the lights, and then they paint over that with glazes to bring in the color. And I always liked how that looked, so I wasn't sure if this would work with pour painting. I don't see why it wouldn't, but so to do a pour in two-tone, just dark and light, and let it dry, and then to do another pour over it with semi-transparent and semi-transparent like glazes to bring in some color, and we'll see how that works. So, and actually you can see through it. Which I wasn't sure really how much you'd be able to. But really any paint, no matter how opaque, is going to end up being a little bit transparent the thinner you make it. Meaning if you stretch it far enough or dilute it enough, it's going to be transparent to some extent. So that is it. Let me bring you down and let you see it close up, and then I'll have to wait a day or two for it to dry to see how it changes or if this works. Anyway, I'll talk to you later. Keep pouring, have fun, and comment. Say something. Bye.